everybody, and welcome to the Glass Half Full podcast. I'm your host, Clay Cox, and in the coming weeks, we're going to be exploring what positivity really is, the science behind it, and the impact it has on our lives. There's a lot to explore, and in fact, sky is the limit as we talk about the power of positivity. So let's start with understanding what positivity really is. Positivity isn't just being happy or cheerful or, having a smile on your face. Even though those things are pretty what people think about when you think about positivity, it's not what positivity truly is. Positivity is very complex, and there's a lot behind it in our mind, and what happens in our brains when we choose positivity, and what happens like around us. There is a lot, and it's about our perspective on life and our tendency to focus on what's good and the possibilities and opportunities before us. You know that when you're positive, you are more open to a lot more positive like thing. You're open to more possibilities. I'm getting possibilities and positivity mixed up. I'm very sorry. So let's say you're in the forest, right? In the forest, just having a little night stroll, and you come upon a tiger who is laying there, staring right at you. In this instance, most people will run, and it's just like our brain is doing things for us. But that's negative. Those are negative thoughts, and negative thoughts just take over our mind when they come. So see, when running is a very negative thought. Like instead of like looking around you, seeing what you can do to escape this tiger, maybe even checking if it's even awake. Like these are like this is what that's positivity. That's optimism. These negative thoughts are what, like, oh, I've got to run now. Like it makes your scope on like what you can do a lot smaller. Like you feel like you can do a lot less things, and that's what you think. But when you're positive, you get a lot more broad. You get a lot more like broader options. Like you feel like you can do more, and you see a lot more possibilities. And this is actually like scientifically proven. By and you can go on to like any like you can look up like what is positivity in your brain, and this is like what actually happens when you're positive. You are very open to a lot more things, and you're going to have all these positive emotions, obviously, like joy, contentment, and love. So these feelings are what shows like, all right, I can stop, I can think, I can do all these things, instead of these negative emotions which take over your life and just say I have to do this one thing, like running. So that's really just the beginning. So in the real world, let's think about this. Like positive thinking can like build your skills like crazy. So in a real world situation, let's think about a kindergarten, and there's two children. The first child is a very he's a very like he doesn't like to talk to people. He's an introvert, and he doesn't like to talk to people. He's kind of alone. He kind of just sits in the corner. It's kind of sad. But the second child, he runs outside and he swings on the branches and he plays with his friends. So first off, running outside is developing your ability to move athletically, which is physical skills. And being able to play with others and communicate with them like he is with his friends are social skills. And now that he's swinging on branches, that's creative skills because he's using the world around him to make it like he's using the world around him. So these like positive emotions of play and joy prompt the second child to build these skills, like physical skills like running around, social skills like meeting new people, and creative skills like using the world around him to build skills that are useful and valuable in everyday life. And these skills are going to last a lot longer than the positivity. Even though you might not be positive every day, these skills are going to build along with you. So this child could has now been running, and so now he probably has enough like athletic movement to develop a scholarship in college to become an athlete, or the communication skills that he's developed. He could use those to become like a business manager. So this happiness, this positivity has allowed him to go on and become all of these different things. He's allowed him to build more skills, unlike the first kid who doesn't talk to people because he's an introvert, and he's developed all of these he hasn't developed the, social skills or physical skills and creative skills. So in the long run, positivity is very helpful, very, very helpful. And one a good, very nice scientist who I've read about. Her name is Give me a second. I'm finding it right here. Her name is wait, hold up. I'm. It's Barbara Fredrickson, and she calls this the broaden and build theory because these positive senses, as I said, they broaden your sense of possibilities and they open your mind, which in turn allows you to build new skills and resources that you can provide value in other areas of your life. It's very, very cool. So let's talk about a bit more like of the mind in positivity. So in your brain is made up of a lot of neurons, and this kind of ties back to what I was talking about. So let's say it's sort of like being on a road and the road goes left and right. There's a fork in the road, and if you choose left, there's gonna be there's gonna be very different options on the left road. They're gonna be on the right road, right? Because they're different directions. So this is sort of like what happens when our brain and with our brain and our neurons. If left road is positivity and right road is negativity, when you take the left road of positivity, you're going to have all of these, as I said, broaden, as Fredrickson said, um, broaden and build theory, where you're going to get all these new, like, you're going to be open to all of these new, possibilities. Unlike if you take the negative route with your neurons, and that's going to have maybe like one or two options, unlike the positive neurons. So, yeah, that's pretty much how positivity works. You take the neurons in your brain will when you choose positivity, the neurons in your brain will literally make you more open and more, more make you more open to possibilities. And that's the big thing about this first episode. So positivity, we've talked about, it's a mental and emotional attitude when we focus on what's good in our lives and look for these positive results, right? We're looking ahead. So research, as I just said, this research, as I said, shows that having these positive mindsets is the key to our success. We're more in control of our choices. And, as I said, we're less likely to miss out on opportunities. Like, when we're negative, as I said, it, like, shrinks your whole of possibilities. Like, as I said, instead of thinking about your surroundings, run. So, you could miss out on so many opportunities by just being negative and thinking, like, oh, I've got to do this, or oh, I've got to do that. With positivity, you're like, oh, I can do all of these different things, and you have a lot more, like, you can get a lot more opportunity. You can see a lot more opportunities, unlike negativity. So if you're still not convinced about the power of positivity, which you should be by now, research says, and this is just off of like other articles, that these positive mindsets can increase your lifespan. Yeah, I said, yeah, you heard me right. You can live longer because you're positive, and that's by around 7 years. I know that might not seem by that much, but 7 years just because you're positive, that's crazy. And that's with like, having like being healthy and whatnot. But 7 years because you're positive is crazy. And 87% of people with positive mindsets are more likely to have healthier lifestyles. So we're not even talking about how healthy lifestyles can increase your lifespan also, because I'm pretty sure like having a healthy lifespan can also increase your life can also increase your lifespan. So you're kind of getting like you're putting in positivity and you're getting back for like a positive you're putting in your positive mindset and you're getting back like a longer lifespan. You're gonna have healthier lifestyles. Like it's a win-win, even though there's no other like team. You're not giving it your positivity to anyone.